Good morning, YouTube. Guess what day it is today?
Moving day.
It's moving day.
What have you been up to?
I've been riding on a daydream.
I'm operating on a few cylinders. I got a nap yesterday. I thought it was like a 2 or 3 hour nap. Heidi said it was about an hour nap. It just felt that way. And then last night, what time did we go to bed? Midnight?
Yeah.
I slept from midnight to about 4. So I got a little bit of sleep, but with the little bit that I'm eating, because my stomach's so tore up, and a little bit of sleep I'm getting, I got some shakes going on, and a little on the tired side, so I'm going to have to be cautious driving today. No aggressive driving today, I don't think. So, packing up like we normally do. Not a big deal. It's getting... After a while, the routine is so mundane. And we haven't forgotten anything quite yet. You know, doing the same thing over and over and over again. You'd think that we would at some point, but no, we just kind of walk through and we just look, and there's a few things that are always different at each lot, but for the most part, we got a good handle on it. I'm going to go out to the vehicle. I got to secure the back because we've just threw our scooters in there, and the bicycles, they're not tied down. And we'll start putting everything away from the outside and making our trek. It's about 4.5 hours, I think, probably a little longer. And hopefully everything goes pretty good today. But we wanted to say hi. The video I got uploaded last night. I just made it live just a few minutes ago. So we are still at Venture Inn RV Resort. We didn't tell you the name, which I don't know why. We didn't even mention it. But it's a nice place. Everybody's kind of quiet, and they're friendly. It's decent sites. The internet here, let me tell you about that, because I didn't. The AT&T was hit miss. The Verizon was solid initially, and then it became really crappy. So we had internet, and we got to upload videos, and of course we got to see plenty of videos, watching movies and stuff. They have their Java Wi-Fi. You guys will see that a lot while you're traveling. It's a company that has contracted with a lot of these places. It's Java, and you basically pay for your Wi-Fi. It's not unreasonable, but
it's not always that great either.
Right. Now they do have free satellite here, which we didn't use, or cable, however you want to look at it. The electricity was odd here. We have that autoformer, and that autoformer, we heard it clicking and clacking back there, doing all kinds of stuff, and I'm not sure why. The voltage on our voltage meter usually reads pretty consistent around 119 when we go to most places. Kind of as a general rule, it's 118, 119. But here it was everywhere from like 113, 14 all the way up to 121, 122, and it would just change for no rhyme or reason with limited stuff on inside the RV. Let's say just a rooftop fan was running, and we still had voltage just changing all the time. So that was a little odd. But we were protected, obviously. I've talked about it in the past. Matter of fact, I just talked about it on the last video. So go check out our video on the autoformer and that other device there, the Power Watchdog. It helps definitely protect you in weird situations. Then the water pressure here is all over the place. We've had some really good water pressure, and then we had some really horrible water pressure. Just probably from park use, I would guess. So we still could take a shower. It was just kind of poor. Other than that, the park is very much what you would expect from an Encore park. This one's very clean. Even though there's a lot of dogs, I think through here, I hardly heard any dogs barking. It's kind of nice. It's like with these, I'm finding with a lot of these permanent RVers. I shouldn't say permanent RVers. People that live, the residents that live inside the parks. It could go one of two ways. You know, you got a lot of them that are just sick and tired of seeing people come in and out all the time. But for the most part, it's kind of, I think, exciting for some of these people that, oh, look, a new neighbor's coming in. You know, wonder what they're all about. Give them something to watch and laugh at. But that's the way this place was. It was kind of like, hey, you're in our neighborhood, and hi, how are you? Welcome. And that was pretty much it. It's, like I said, it was, it's a nice park. I don't know if we'll be through this area. It's kind of a strange area to be through, but yeah, Show Low, Arizona. I don't know much about it other than it's something to do with a card game. There's all kinds of Deuces Boulevard and all that stuff. So, all right, we're out of here.
Well, we're here at this Performance Auto and 4x4 Center because the bracket fell off the airlift on the driver's side. I don't know if I can see. Yeah, I'm not crawling underneath there. I'm not feeling that this morning. But anyway, the bracket fell off the air ride. So, who knows when we lost it. Not a good start to the morning. We're trying to get to Albuquerque, New Mexico. And Michael's still having shortness of breath. So just pray for us, please, that we can get to New Mexico and actually, first off, they can put a bracket on this.
So that turned out to be a great deal. These gentlemen here, this company, it looks like all the shops that I used to work for years ago, like Forest City Autos, places like that. And these guys had the right idea immediately. They've done enough suspension kits that what they said was, well, that's a 4-inch axle, and they say those carriage bolts that are hanging down on the airbag, those are just 1/2-inch bolts, you know, no big deal. He says we can use a 4-inch exhaust clamp, and that's exactly what we did. So that should work. That should hold as long as those nuts don't come loose. They're not serrated, but they are shouldered, and they're tightened up pretty good. So basically what happened was the bottom mount for the airbag that goes on the other side of the axle, the airbag goes on top of the axle. There's bolts that come down on front and rear of the axle. Then there's a bracket that goes to the bottom that sandwiches all that together. Well, it didn't. That bracket disappeared. It fell off at some point. So, yeah, that's kind of odd. But these guys fixed it. And the cool thing about it was we pulled over because I kept on hearing this clanging noise that we haven't ever heard before. And I thought it was the anti-rattle hitch coming loose, like you guys, which it was loose. But that's what I'd said. Oh, yeah, that's that rattle. Well, then I thought, well, maybe it's the chain. Maybe the chain's loose. So that's why I put a zip strip or wire tie on the chain to make sure that thing wasn't rattling back there. And then when we left, we were driving up the road, and you know those things are tight now, and I'm still getting this rattle. We pulled off at the gas station, and the gas station, I got underneath there and seen that it was missing those bolts. Then I went ahead and did the Google Maps, and this place was 0.3 miles from where we were. We didn't even have to turn around or anything. So it worked out to our benefit, that's for sure. Whew. I'm whipped though, man. I can't do any of this work on 4 or 5 hours sleep total. So Heidi's working on her insurance. We went ahead. We've been with Progressive for many years, and other than somebody totaling my truck, and we put a claim in against them so that Progressive would go after them and get their money, which they did. other than that, we've never had any claims. And our son's van is full coverage. All of our vehicles have always been full coverage. But we were wanting to do full time, and we wanted more money on our personal effects in our RV, and they just couldn't do it. I think $3,000 was all they could do. Well, if I lose my computer and a couple of cameras, I mean, I can be over $3,000 easily. So we wanted replacement cost on our RV also, since it was so new. Good Sam's. Good Sam's, way better. We've got our son. We just got liability on his van at this point. He don't need full coverage anymore. And we're doing that kind of as a favor for him. We've got the truck, of course, fully covered and everything, and then the travel trailer. It's replacement cost for the next like 6 years. So if it gets totaled, they're going to get us a brand new model that is real close to this one. After that, they do something. They give you what after I think 5 years, they give us what we paid for the RV. So who knows what the way the rates are on RVs now, or prices on RVs. That may not be enough. I find it kind of funny that we can sell our RV for roughly $6,000 more than what we paid for it right now, being used. And same with the truck now too. The truck, we can sell it for more than what we paid. Heidi and I talked about it. He said, why don't we sell the truck and the trailer, get some, and then just get some old stuff that needs work. And then she brings me to my senses. So anyways, we'll be on our way. She's just finishing up canceling our Progressive insurance now and going with Good Sam's. We checked the ratings. We checked, payouts, claims, stuff like that, and I don't see anything that's negative about Good Sam's that's any more negative about Progressive. I hear Progressive have problems. I hear Good Sam's have problems, but we'll see. I think we'll be okay. But yeah, this place saved my bacon. So it's Performance Auto and 4x4 Center, Complete Auto Care, and they are in Show Low, Arizona. They've got a bunch of mechanics in there. So if you need any kind of work on a trailer or any suspension work done on your vehicle, they install airbags. They had an airbag system just like the one that's on this truck sitting just inside their door. So, yeah, now don't expect it to be all, groomed and all that stuff. This is a shop. This is a working shop. So you're going to go in there and you're going to smell grease, and it's going to be a little bit dark inside, but that's what I like. I know those guys are working whenever that's the case. I don't need pretty. I need performance. Tell you what, this is part of Arizona I didn't think would look like Arizona, I guess. This looks really nice. It's a little bit too high in the elevation for us. I mean, it's 6,772 feet. We're getting ready to go up to 8,000 feet, it looks like. And wow, it's just awesome though. What an awesome, I'd love to own a piece of this hill. But yeah, the elevation would be tough. I mean, hell, I'm having a hard time at 6,300 feet. I can't imagine being another 500 feet and then some. But yeah, this is some pretty scenic road. We're on 60 going towards New Mexico, Albuquerque mainly, and other than the road being a little rough, it's a nice drive, but very scenic. Yeah, I'd love to own a piece of land that it was at lower level that had these kind of views with like a creek that comes through it. Yeah, that'd be nice.
There's a lot of land for sale out here.
Oh my God, yeah, and it's cheap. The land out here is so cheap. Now, I'm not saying in this area necessarily, but there's some cheap land. I'm talking. We watched a YouTube video of a guy, and there's a whole bunch of property. It's owner financed, and it's $100 down, $100 a month. I mean, for like 2 acres to 10 acres, that's crazy. But again, elevation-wise, I don't think so.
It's pretty.
Yeah, it's very pretty. Very cool. Coming up on BLM land. It's kind of cool, the GPS. I didn't know it did that. I know it showed RV campgrounds and, parks and stuff like that, but I didn't know it showed BLM land. But we're we're in New Mexico, and just, oh my God, this is the most, other than bumpy, being a little bumpy, I want to talk about a relaxing drive. We hardly see any cars. I think we've probably seen maybe 30 cars in the last hour, maybe. I think it's about the last hour. Yeah, maybe hour and a half even. But yeah, we're coming up on some sort of a mountain range here. It's kind of cool. Well, I'm out of breath already. But Heidi wants to go see this. It's a really nice area. I would love to go stand up on top there and throw stuff down. I don't know why. Just push some rocks off. See what happens. So there's some information. I don't think you're going to be able to see it very well because of the sun glare, but it's nice that they let their dog crap there. Didn't care. It's nice that then they let their dog crap there and they don't care. Alright, so here it is. We're not going any further. The wind is really wicked and sounds strange through here. Well, we arrived alive. Looks like their swimming pool is closed. This is Hidden Valley RV Resort, and we're here for an undetermined amount of days because I have to go to the VA hospital. This is the resort that has AAA, Passport America, RPI, Coast to Coast, and I think there's another one. But look at the driveway on the way in, and this isn't even the steepest part of the driveway. My Level Mate Pro is telling me that right now, I'm still hooked up, I'm 15.5 inches too high on the front. So there's definitely some pitch going on here because it is on a mountain. And like I said, the driveway, we've been in tighter driveways, and it wasn't bad at all. I mean, really not bad at all. You could get a big 40-foot motor coach pulling a car behind it, no problem. But Heidi's running in, and she's kind of debating on what we want to do as far as our stay, because with RPI we can do a few different things. RPI, we can stay for 2 weeks, then we have to be out of the system for this park. Then you can't come back to this park using the RPI. But I think, if I'm mistaken, you can use other things. Like in our case, we have Good Sam. Oh, that's the other thing. It's a Good Sam's. So we could use our Good Sam discount, our AAA discount, our Passport America discount, any of those. And then we could just pay to stay. And like I said, with no discount whatsoever, if you just come in off the street, you don't have no membership, you're not a veteran, you're not a senior, you're not AAA, you're nothing, you're just a guy that's wanting to camp, guy and a girl wants to camp. It is $425 for the month plus whatever electricity costs, so that's not too bad. We'll have to see what this place looks like. In the mountain here, and looks like everybody's got a leveling challenge, so this will be interesting. And right now, the wind is crazy. Maybe it's pushing us up the hill. That's kind of nice.
You don't leave anything out, it don't look like.
Yeah. Yeah, this wind's pretty brutal. We got a storm that I'm sure is trying to make its way in here. So here's the break, right? No.
Right here.
No, this can't be it, is it? It's sites.
Oh.
Wait a minute. Oh, maybe that is it. Yeah, because that's parking right there. Sites 58. Oh, man. So Heidi will show you the little turn here. And we're going up the mountain even more. Nice, got a little path that come down through the woods. Oh, by the way, guys, there's no sites available.
Huh. There's lots of sites available here.
Oh no, the pandemic's going on. There's so many people out there that can't find sites, and yeah, whatever. All right, so site number 59, it's right by this open range. Yep, there it is. So we'll have to back her on in there. So here we are at Hidden Valley Mountain RV Resort, and it's definitely on a mountain. And I don't want to hear about, oh my God, I can't believe that you're in a park. This isn't a camp. I don't understand it. How many of you just go camping and sit underneath your awning all weekend long? If you do, that's good for you, but there's a lot more world to explore than just the awning and your campsite. That's kind of ridiculous, to tell you the truth. This is a nice place. I like it. And guess what? We can stay here a month. I can stay here 2 months. It doesn't make a difference. So right now, as it stands, our AT&T router, just thrown up in the window here, works fine, does pretty good. The Verizon router is not. It's slow. It's really slow. And I've even put this one over there and vice versa. And it's just slow. I'm going to have to research that a little bit more. And I guess maybe Verizon's bad in this area, or it's congested or something. Our T-Mobile 5G service is fast. We're 40, 50 megabyte downloads, and the uploads are in the 15 to 20 range, so that's good. But yeah, I don't like that. I would hope that, I mean, that's why we have two systems. You know, if one's better than the other, it's just, now I don't have the antenna up either. If we're here for a period of time, a little bit longer than our 4 days, then at that point we'll put up the antenna, but I don't think so right now. Good morning, YouTube. I don't know when we left you last, tell you the truth. Obviously it's when we got to the campground here. We're still at the same campground, the Hidden Valley
Mountain Park.
Yeah, something like that.
It's an Encore park, but they also have several other discounts. Passport America.
Listen, I'm going to cut her off because she said
Always.
Passport America. We don't push Passport America or talk about it much, but it is down in our description. If you decide you want to try that, you please use that link that's down below there.
It's a good filler.
So here's the deal with Passport America parks. When we first got it, now we got the lifetime membership, but when we first got it, we didn't think that we would necessarily use it. Because every time we looked up one of the parks, it was like, you know, look at park, you have to look at important notes. There's a category called important notes on each one of them. And every time we looked one up, it was like, okay, you can come in and reserve a site, and it's half the rate of what we normally charge the public, and it's only on Tuesdays and Thursdays, not a holiday, you know, just weird stuff. And some of them also would say not available on holiday. Some of them would say not available for the months of June, July, and August. Some of them would say not, what was the other thing? Oh, 3-day stay mandatory or 2-day stay mandatory. So,
or only 1 day.
Or they'd only let you stay 1 day. at that reduced rate. So, man, though, we're glad we have it in our back pocket because we've used it, and we have found parks that full blown will give you a week or 2 weeks at that Passport America rate or savings, whatever you want to call it.
Well, when we stayed at Capri RV Resort, it is not just an Encore park. Like, this is not just an RPI park.
Yeah.
We were able to, it's not normal.
Yeah.
But we were able to stay for $21.50 a night.
Yeah.
And we like to stay, well, now we come in agreement that if we have to pay for a park, we should look for something around $25.
Yeah, and some of these are
it
a
doesn't
lot
always
cheaper.
work, but
some of these parks are only $10, $14.
yeah.
And the Passport America, to buy it, what I would suggest is, it's great to have as another membership. I mean, for us. But if you're just maybe a weekend camp or something, get the lowest one. Get the 1 year membership. It's not very expensive at all. Is it $20?
I don't remember. How much
I think I don't remember.
5 or 50.
I can't remember. No, the 50. That was
He'll
for
put it up on the
Boondocker's
screen.
Welcome. Yeah, hopefully I can find it here. Anyways, again, just use the link below, and it's nice to have as a filler, like she said. If one of our encores or Thousand Trails, we're trying to jump, and try to get to another place. For example, we're thinking we might be stopping in another one in a few days here, and it's cheap. It's $14 a day. It's full hookups. Water, sewer, electric. Some of them charge extra for stuff, and but it's all indicated. It's not like it's a surprise.
Yeah, when we stayed in Ocala, I think we could stay up to 3 nights. It was like $23, cash only.
But we found parks that are $14 a night, and you can stay up to 6 nights.
Yeah. So they're all different.
Yeah, it's all different. Just read the important notes.
And you can always go to the park to see more information also.
Right. So what we're doing now, or what has happened, yesterday, the whole idea was we were going to try to stay at this park
For another night.
for an undetermined amount of time and wait until the VA contacted me to do a sleep study. That doesn't seem like that is in the horizon anytime soon. Talking to the people that we spoke with, and who are the people that we spoke with? Well, of course, my Canton VA, they're the one that's set it up, but they don't have any control over scheduling for that sleep study. So they don't know if it could be 1 week, 3 months before I get a call. That's kind of what we were doing, is just going to hang out here and see what happened. It just doesn't work. So I had gone to the ER again. This time I went to the VA ER, and they ran all the exact same test. It was like I could have done it at that point, because it was exactly the same as what they did, except they put the needle in the other arm because this arm had the IV in it. Same thing. All the tests come back good. It's definitely not a heart issue. And the doctor, after a period of time, which we weren't there, but 3 hours maybe. It wasn't as long as the last one. He just said it's got to be altitude sickness. And the thing is usually altitude sickness is when you're like climbing Mount Everest or something, or going.
Yeah,
but he said it could happen, even at lower levels, and your body should acclimate. But the problem is I having the sleep apnea, that I got around it because I learned to deal with it. I didn't have sleep apnea in all the time until we got to over 6,000 feet. As soon as we got to 6,000 feet, all of a sudden I got sleep apnea, and I just can't breathe. And it was really bad the first few days. Well, that's why we went to the emergency room over in Show Low, Arizona. And then here, it was the same thing. I was getting ready to go out the door, and I told Heidi, I said, man, I hope that the VA, contacts me and gets that sleep study set up right away, because I don't know what to do. And I said, I'm just out of breath and I'm tired. And she says, well, why don't we just go to the emergency room now and see if that jump starts the whole sleep study? Well, it didn't. Because the doctors and the VA hospital and the emergency room, they have no control over the people that do the sleep study stuff. So
Except it's on books now.
yeah, it's on the books. It's on the books that I had a problem there in the emergency room, that sleep apnea is an issue. And, of course, elevation. So, what does that mean? Well, we came back, and that was not yesterday, was it?
Yeah, it was
yesterday. Oh, it's yesterday? Wow, time flies. I slept from 11:30 last night to 3:30 this morning, and then I couldn't get back. So I was gasping for air from 3:30 to 5:50 or 6 o'clock. So we're going to try to self-medicate, I guess. And what I mean is, they make these oxygen tanks that are for sports and stuff like that, just to help get me over hurdles. Like this morning, right now, as I'm talking to you,
He's a little winded.
I'm winded. And here's the thing. We know it's a quick fix. It's not the solution, of course. Getting a CPAP is the solution. But the thing is if I can get below a certain sea level, I shouldn't need a CPAP, but I will get one at my leisure at that point. I'm not going to sit in this kind of an environment waiting for a phone call, dealing with this day after day. I would rather go somewhere else and be in Florida and then wait for the call, something like that. We're not going to Florida.
Even
right.
Washington,
right.
Oregon, California.
Which we're kind of thinking that's the way we're going to head. So our plan was to stay one more day here when we found out that there's no chance of that sleep study happening, which is tomorrow. And then we're supposed to head up, and this is where it's bad. We want to visit our son. We were scheduled to go in there for 5 days. Mm-hmm. We're going to cut that short, and we're going to try to get in there early and leave early. We still want to visit our son. The thing is where we're going to is like another 1,300 feet in elevation. So we're at 7,900.
I think that's...
Yeah, it's like 7,900, 7,800 feet elevation. So the oxygen's going to get even thinner. So we're going to do what we can, and that's what hopefully these oxygen tanks will help me out, to get through it. And then right when we're going to leave, like I said, hopefully we'll get out of there early. And we're hauling butt to driving straight to elevation that's
3,000?
4,000, 3,000 or 4,000 feet. And
we're going to do that kind of gradual.
Now, right. And I'm crossing my fingers that once we get to that 3,000 feet or whatever, within a couple of days, I'm back to normal. If not, now we've got a whole new thing of, wait a minute, something's going on that has nothing to do with elevation. But I mean, it only makes sense. There's nothing wrong. All my work comes back normal. The oxygen, I'm getting oxygen in my system. My heart's pumping the blood. Everything.
They say it happens to men more often, but they don't know why. But
I have to work harder to keep those oxygen levels where they need to be. So anyways, we wanted to give you an update. I think we're just going to kind of give you saw on the way in, it was kind of dark. I think we're going to bring the camera. We'll give you kind of a once around of the park here. It's pretty straightforward. They're pull through. A lot of them are pull through sites. We're in a back end site, but there's pull through sites here. The park is really quiet. I don't hear nothing here. I mean nothing.
Everybody keeps to themselves.
Yes, it's the neighbors are real nice that are here.
We got Grandpa next door. He's pretty nice.
Yeah,
He thanked us for bringing the rain.
Yeah, in the cooler weather. Speaking of cooler weather, today's high 77. It's a little chilly, but where we're getting ready to go to, the highs are, it's raining, and the highs are going to be like in the 50s and lower 60s, and the lows at night are just bottom 40s. I mean, if it's not 40, it might be 41, and rain. So, again, maybe that cooler air will make it easier for me to breathe a little bit. It is dusty here.
Yeah,
Our truck and RV, oh my God.
But when we first got here, the wind kicked up, and it wasn't as bad as Texas.
Right.
But we're like, oh, all our stuff's going to be dirty. So now the RV really needs washed.
So does
the truck.
And
the truck was nice and
I don't know
clean
if we're
when we
going to
got
be
here.
able to. I don't know if there's a blue beacon anywhere.
No, probably not.
And there's a place we could pull through and we can wash our stuff ourselves. But we already did our truck, and it's still water spotted. And it's like, oh, man. There are tons of these rabbits everywhere. I mean, they are everywhere. Which tells me that there's not a lot of livestock or predators out here. Which is surprising.
The neighbor guy said that he was taking a little walk, and he saw 5 of them together.
So we're going to go... We haven't been this way. Oh, did you go to the trash can?
Nope.
Yeah, there's
that was really close.
So you can see here 96 through 108. So there's about 10 sites back there. There's 10 sites. It's like all trail through here, which is kind of weird, but it makes sense.
Look at the big propane.
Yeah.
They're definitely living here.
Yeah, there's a lot of people here that are living here.
Permanent, rather.
Yeah. Which makes sense. I mean, it's something that a lot of people that are working in the area, there's not a lot of choices, you know. Pretty much got to do what they got to do. Some of these sites are really big. The further you go this way, the bigger the sites are. We're on one of the smallest sites. No, we are on the smallest site because this thing's on a triangle that spreads out. Well, those sites are kind of small too.
Yeah.
I would assume that if it rained really hard.
Check out this van. I think it's cool.
Yeah, that is very cool. I would think if it rained really, really hard,
it would be pretty muddy.
It would be muddy, but the water would run off almost immediately.
Yeah.
There's some sites there.
Yeah.
That's kind of
This would be pretty cool. Picnic table, even.
I don't know how many sites are here total. I never did really find out. But yeah, we're in a very short site. That is not a pull-through site that we have. That's a back-end site.
A little trail.
Yeah, that trail goes down
the
the office, which you'll see why. I mean, this is all downhill. But
we won't be going to the office, though.
No.
We'll show you when we come back.
Yeah.
Because there is a different way to get out.
Now, this corner would have been tricky if he didn't tell us to go the wrong way to get out. So maybe we'll loop up that way, because I don't think we haven't really seen that. This isn't a campground that you're going to sit out and have a campfire. You're going to put out your awning. You're going to put out your gazebo. You're going to get out your golf cart. You're going to set out your hammock. You're going to put out your lawn chairs. This is the type of park, and this is what we've been trying to do. This type of park that we're staying in is giving us a cheap place to stay so we can go and explore. I mean, I don't want to live in the RV, even though because of what's going on with my breathing and everything, we have been. So
like these sites down here are rather tight.
Right, but the whole thing is I'm sure not all these people are just hanging out inside their RV and that's all they do. Now there's going to be exceptions. These people down here look like they live in their RV.
Yeah.
But we don't. We just want to find a cheap place to park. And they do have amenities. There's a swimming pool here, even though it's closed right now. They do have a swimming pool. They're working on it. There's not laundry facilities, but there's other stuff. There's other clubhouse functions and stuff that are down there. So you can see it's all packed in there pretty tight. Some of these people could hardly put out their awning. Well, remember Fort Myers Beach RV Resort when we went there? Well, it was the same way. And you know what? We had a great time. You know why? We didn't sit in our RV. We went and did stuff. So it's all what you want to do. But, and I'm not going to, Heidi won't let me talk about it. And I'm going to defy her briefly. Don't tell me there's no places to park. There's no RV sites. There's nothing left. Because as a full-timer and us traveling, we're finding spots almost everywhere we go. And yes, they look like this, which I have no problem with, because I'm not wanting to live in underneath my awning. I want to get out. I want to travel and go see stuff. And this kind of parking lets me do that.
It's an overall nice park. It's pet friendly. There's
a couple of
yeah.
There's more than one.
Yeah, but this is the
main one.
The one you can take your dog off the leash.
Yeah, and the rates are cheap here. Just to let you know. Hey, there's a Nash down there. If you guys don't know, that Arctic Fox is a very expensive RV. It's a very nice RV. Not the Arctic Wolf, the Arctic Fox. The Arctic Fox is a little bit too pricey for some people, including us. We wouldn't mind having one. It's just it's a little expensive. So they have a budget brand, and it's this Nash.
It looks nice.
Yeah, it's nice. It doesn't mean it's made much different.
You see the roof on it?
Yeah, well, roof has got a good curve to it. Wow, even if you did have a leak, it probably wouldn't leak for a little bit.
Yeah, I'm glad we didn't get sites down here. They need more leveling.
Yeah, they're pretty set. So this is the little clubhouse area here. There's gazebos, a little play set. Of course, there's a swimming pool on the other side here. I don't know if we'll be able to see it. And then there's the office there. And this is the exit. You can't go that way, obviously. It's one way. But you'll see, we're definitely on a mountain. At least on the side of one. Excuse my coughing. Yeah, you can see the pool. It's all closed off. They're working down there.
Painting it.
Painting it up. And when we left the first day that we were here, this is the entrance going to our left here. Anyways, there's rocks that are still falling off this cliff. Yeah. You can see they moved it out of the way, but this big square rock was out on the road the other day. I think that's kind of funny. Oh, somebody had asked me, what's that noise that's hitting on it's not my keys. It's, this is one of those rescue me things. I think it's in our store.
I think so.
But this is a seatbelt cutter and a glass breaker. You just push this up against the corner of your glass in case you go underwater, and it'll shatter the side window for you to get out. And then it's a seatbelt cutter. So all I do is I have to yank it off here, and it will open up the blade, run it across my chest, and cut the seatbelt that I don't have on.
Which he always wears.
Yeah, I do wear, but not going through the park.
Oh,
there's a little hole there. And anyways, it's a safety thing. So here's a little gas station down at the bottom. We'll get gas on our way back. Make sure we're pretty full. And that's it. That's all there is. We're gonna go up to
look at the motorhome up there.
Yeah. Isn't that cool?
He's got a good view. All right, we'll pick it up a little later.
Yep. I have no idea where we're at, but it looks like it's happening.
16 miles from SR 599 north.
Holy cow, look at this car. That's what I need to do to the truck.
It's a cool little town. Ghost Town Trading Post. Ghost Town Lodging. I wonder if this is called Ghost Town.
Yeah. Oh, it's Moonbow.
Oh, is it?
No, it's not Moonbow.
Little steampunk store. That's cool.
Signal would have been nice.
This would have been a cool little town to check everything out. Gypsy Gym. Don't look like it's open. It might be. It's like the big flea market. There used to be some little playground down there. It's a cool little place.
Yeah, it was cool. I don't know what was going on there, but it was pretty cool. Wild hogs.
Oh,
So we're going through all these little twisty turnies, curvies, up and downies. We took the scenic route. We could have got on 25, but it takes you way out of the way, and it looked kind of boring, so we decided to come the back way. And Herbie and Mary, we just got done talking to you on the phone.
Thanks for calling.
Yeah, thanks for calling. We had just started our trip, and we were out in the middle of nowhere. Nothing like this. Good to hear everything went all right on your end. But yeah, we're trucking along. I'll tell you what, Heidi and I said the same thing. Heidi actually said it, and I agree with it 100%. This place is sure nice to look at, but I don't think I'd want to live out here. It's just a little too dry, dusty. Everything's dusty. But there's a lot of cool stuff out here. So you gotta
Get yourself a piece of property on the hillside and then build yours. Look at that out there. That is so cool.
Little adobe house.
Yeah. I know.
All you do is just pull it up like this. That's cool.
But look at this.
Nice.
That is cool. I would not live out in no man's land. Because I'd be the one to be getting groceries and forget the main thing I was going for. So.
Yeah, there's
then you'd only go grocery shopping once a month.
Much as shopping as we do on Amazon.
Yeah.
They better be delivering out here. And they ain't going to be delivering fast, so they better get those drone deliveries going. What a beautiful spot to pull over and use the potty. Yeah, we're still on our way. I think, yeah, we just came through Ojo Caliente, New Mexico. And we've been looking for pull-off spots, which I thought there'd be more. But, yeah, the landscape's been pretty much the same the whole time. And I seen this, and Heidi was over there with her legs crossed in the passenger seat, and I thought, I better pull over here. I'm going to have to back way up. Way up to pull back out again, because it's kind of blind hill, and it's 60 miles an hour out here. But the traffic is very light. The little bit of cars you're seeing is pretty much it. I think that's pretty much rush hour. But this has been a really nice casual drive. Not fast at all. I think the fastest I went was 65, maybe 70 once. But yeah, it's kind of cool out here. So we'll pick this up on the road, and I think we're going to stop at a car wash and wash off the truck. See if we can get these white spots off. Make it look a little bit better when we pull into the campground. So if you look at the GPS, we're at 8,525 feet. We got a little bit more elevation to go, but look at this beautiful scenery over here.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just awesome. Of course, we're looking at it through the cab of the truck because they don't advertise where your pull-off sites are.
We just passed one, but
We passed two of them. We passed two huge pull-off sites. Oh, and by the way, just after the first pull-off site, we got to encounter this little clip. Looks like it's National Forest or something.
wasn't it Carson National Forest?
Yes, look at that. Man, that'd been an awesome picture. What is it? Rio Grande del Norte National Monument. This guy passing. Idiot.
That trailer didn't
Yeah.
swerve over.
So, yeah. How ridiculous was that? There's so much passing out here. I don't know how somebody could screw that up. And he's going downhill. I'm going uphill. I told Heidi, I said, how am I going to pass all those cars with the truck and trailer?
All those houses up there are buildings.
Yeah.
Up on the hill.
Well, there's cattle that's out there roaming.
Yeah.
But, man, I'll tell you, talk about me having a problem at 6,600 feet elevation. Me and Heidi both were like, whoa, my chest feels a little bit
Heavy.
heavy, yeah. Oh, there's a guy with a truck out there. Must be his job. It's so cool outside,
Yeah, it's pretty nice out today.
especially at this elevation. The other thing is, which every once in a while I get, guys are like, oh, should have got a diesel, should have got a diesel. I don't need the diesel. I don't want the headaches.
Truck's not struggling.
Yeah, the truck's not struggling, and that's at elevation. I mean, I'm doing 60 miles an hour. I'm at 2,300 RPMs, and I got the cruise control set. Pretty comfortable. And that, again, that's at, we're not at 12,000 feet, but we are at 8,442 feet. And I think we might have just a little bit more height, possibly, and then we're downhill. And we've been going uphill for a long ways. I don't know if I can see it on here. Let me see. No, you can't. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, look at our elevation where we were. We've just been going up and up and up and up and up. So, a little bit further to go. Looks like we're going to be at, the GPS link is in our store. Click the store, you get to go get the same one. It does all the same stuff, got a camera in it and everything. That's what you've seen that clip of that guy going the other way. Anyways, looks like we still have about, let's see, 519, 338.
That's not right.
445.
That's the gas.
Oh, I said 519.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna get there about 5:30 most likely. And it's 3. I don't know if that is the clock right. Yeah.
Yeah, remember she said there's not a time change.
No, I'm saying, is this clock right?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Well,
It's 3:38, so it
Yeah.
must be right. This time change thing, it's more pain in the butt than anything else. And half the, Arizona not doing daylight savings, and man, that's a nightmare. The road is pretty smooth. This road's got a couple little bumps that happen occasionally, but
We've been on worse.
yeah, we've been a lot worse. Let's bring up Louisiana again. So you can see we're passing some pretty darn miraculous scenery here. And I mean, there's snow out there on the mountains, which is cool. I mean, it's awesome that we're in the middle of the summer. You can go see snow if you wanted to. I'm not visiting that.
I would like to, but I'm not.
And then if you, Heidi will pan across the front, look at this diversity of clouds and mountains and sunshine and rain coming down. And to the left is, I don't even know what that is over there. It's like, it's rain, but also it's like light colored. It looks like a curtain or something. It's a cool area. It's a really cool area. So, again, we're not that far. We're going to be up a little ways. We still have about 40 miles to go. A little over 40 miles. Not much more. And we'll be there. We'll see what this place is like. So, again, just wanted to point out some stuff. And there's just no way that on camera that this really translates well. So
No, but that is so beautiful.
always wanted to see it firsthand. Now we are, and definitely worth the wait, I suppose.
Yeah. That's so pretty.
What a weird thing. I didn't know we was going to get on a dirt road, I guess. I just didn't think about it. Good thing we didn't wash our truck and trailer. But, man, look at the view. And we are at 7,935 feet and climbing a little bit, so.
It's every bit of 8,000.
Yeah. And we were at 6,600. So we're going to deal with a little bit more elevation tonight. Hopefully I can sleep, and hopefully it goes pretty good. We'll give you the lowdown of the campground once we get in here.
Looks like it's over there.
Yeah, nothing unbelievably
It's small.
fancy. Yeah.
20 sites?
Yeah, I don't remember how many. There wasn't very many. But guess what? They got plenty of space. Even with 4th of July weekend. Good morning, YouTube. And
We're at 7,900.
might as well say 8,000.
Yeah.
We're at
7,986 feet.
Yeah, we're 8,000 feet. And because we did a lot yesterday and moved around a lot, and I got, not exercise, but nonetheless, we did a lot. I did sleep all night. I puffed on the oxygen tank a couple times right before I went to bed, the can. And I was tired. So I did sleep all night, but as I just got up. Heidi's been up for a little bit, and I walked out, and she says, "How do you feel?" And I said, "My God, it's so heavy." And she goes, "That's exactly the way she feels." And all my shoulders, my arms, my legs, it felt like, I'll tell you honestly, it felt like I changed the axle on the trailer. Now, even when I changed the axle on the trailer, I didn't feel this way the next morning. I felt fine. It feels like that, it feels as if I still had my shop open at the house, and I did some major work all day long on mowers. I mean major, like underneath, changing transaxles, you know, just working all day long on it. I'm really sore. I mean, it's like muscle fatigue almost. Well, it's not fatigue quite yet. I mean, I don't...
It's a weird feeling.
Yeah. Yeah, and I know that everybody reacts differently, but I mean, we were always at
Sea level.
well, even, you know, close. At our house, we were like 1,100 feet. And we were like, you know, it's like that for 30 years. Even when we went on vacation, we never did anything but go through West Virginia. Yeah. And that was so brief. And after going through West Virginia, we would like straight to the beach. So we've never really been at any elevation for any amount of time. At least, you know, now that we're older, and holy cow, I'm whipped. So we've got to move our spot today. This was a temporary, and we're gonna go just pal around the town. We'll see what that turns out to be. But yeah, this is like I said, we both just got up. Heidi got up before I did.
I got up at 6:30, I think, and mostly it's because it was so bright.
Yeah.
And
it was cold last night.
Oh my gosh, it was chilly this morning. It was 48. So
for us, when's the
yeah.
last time we seen 48?
We're in Ohio, so.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's definitely it. When we were in Ohio all that time, hell, it snowed.
Yeah.
I forgot all about that. So that was when though? March?
End of April, beginning of May.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess it wasn't that long ago. Yeah, I don't know. It's air. You're just in on air.
I'll tell you, I was sitting out here this morning, and the air's pure.
Oh, now see, I think I slept better because of that. The air is definitely nicer here, and in the fact that it's cooler, I think I'm getting a little bit more in my lungs because cool air is compressed.
Yeah.
So you can get more in.
Even though I felt a little heavy.
Oh no, I feel real heavy.
But I was sitting out there and I was breathing in, and it's nice, crisp.
Even just me standing here talking to you, I'm getting numb in the back of my head. It's numb.
You're going to have to sit down for a little bit.
Yeah. I got to puff on some oxygen. So we're going to see, again, our plan is to stay here 6 days. We're going to try to cram in as much as we can right away. And I don't know. The thing was I knew I was a little bit tired just because we had moved around and done stuff yesterday. So I knew I was probably going to sleep okay. But the thing is even in really good oxygen environment in low altitudes, I have to watch what I eat at a certain time of day to make sure I can sleep all night and not have a problem with the whole GERD thing that I have going on. So add to the fact that the air is making it difficult for me to breathe, and I'm way watching what I'm eating. I mean, the stuff that I'm eating is so little. Okay, yesterday I had 2 tuna fish sandwiches and a bowl of chicken noodle soup. That was my meal for all day long. I'm talking about 1 tuna fish sandwich before or on our trip up. One during our trip up.
And then we ate way late.
Yeah, but I had a chicken.
Yeah. I had sweet potato.
But she had all kinds of, we've got wings in there, we got steak in there, we got burgers in there, we've got ribs in there, we have chicken in there, all that stuff. And I'm like, I don't know if I can eat it. I got to eat it like at lunchtime. So, anyways. And the thing is, there's lots of nice restaurants around here too. And I really can't eat because I can't get that GERD to start up. Because, like I said, if GERD's acting up, which I'm taking all kinds of medication, and if I eat poorly, that GERD will kick up. And I'm hardly getting any oxygen at night, anyways. I ain't sleeping. Man, I gotta put down the camera.
I do want to say something that prayers to the New Mexico hot air balloon
oh my God! Okay.
family. That it's terrible.
So
we run into a couple when we were getting propane yesterday. I know that they weren't part of it because it happened at 7 o'clock in the morning.
It hit at 7?
Yeah, I looked it up.
Oh.
We were there about 9:30, and it did look like they were rushing to get their balloon in the air. They were getting propane, but that's terrible.
So what she's talking about is when we were leaving yesterday, we had to find this oxygen. We had to get some drinking water because we still don't have our filters. I wanted to fill the truck up with gas. Thought about getting the truck washed, which we didn't. We had to get one of our propane tanks was empty, and the other one's at, well, now that we're at altitude, it's like 75%. So we wanted to fill that one. So, well, Heidi, we found the Boost Oxygen place, or the place that sold it, Big 5 Sports, and the cashier, I don't know if I mentioned to you, he said he's lived here all his life, and whenever he went to Florida, he said it was like he was telling himself, oh, so this is what breathing is like. Heidi went to the dollar store next door, and as she did, I was flipping through the phone, and I found a place for propane, because I had the propane tank in the back of the truck. And it was just a refill station. They were open till noon. They're open from, I think it was 7 to noon on Saturdays. So when we went there, there was two balloon basket people. They were filling their baskets full of balloon. Now this is in Albuquerque. You know how the balloon festival and all that stuff. But nonetheless, they were filling their balloons. Somebody else came with a bunch of propane tanks in a truck, and then we had ours. And then they took off. And as we were leaving, another balloon people, they were, their little chase crew or whatever, they were coming in to get propane also. So here we're hearing today that, and there's footage of it. You can see it on YouTube.
It's terrible.
It's on CBS News, I think. Yeah, the balloon. There was 5 people on board, and the video just shows the balloon charred. They hit a power line or something, and it's just coming down. And anyways, they all died. I don't think we seen any of them, but
Well, we didn't even see any balloons in the area.
yeah, I didn't see any balloons.
So it must have been on the other side of the mountain.
Could be. All right, I got to put this camera down. I barely hold it up. I'm gonna pump some oxygen in me, then I get cleaned up, shaved, take a shower, and then we've got to move our site.
All right, I'm going to take you around the park today. I'm going to show you around. They do have some ground bee problems. It's a pretty nice park. It's quiet. Beautiful views. This is our view from our back window. And there's some campsites down there. I don't know how many. But they have a meat locker here. And they have shower house and laundry. So that's what I'm going to show you right now. They do have solar panels here. I'm not sure if it's the house or how they're run by that. I'll go into the laundry first. It's a pretty nice day. The high is only like 61. I don't know what's in there. Maybe an old office or something. I'm gonna guess this is the laundry. I got a washer and dryer. Little area that you can hang out in. This is the ladies' bathroom. Pretty clean. Looks like in the winter they can heat it up. You can make yourself some coffee, heat up some food. And this is the men's. There's nobody in here, so. Dryer's $1, and I'm guessing, the washer is $1.50. Pretty clean. Well, looks like they heat with some coal or some wood in the winter. It's a pretty cool little place. No smoking. You can get some hot water, ice, bundles of wood. So I guess I don't have to show you the bathroom because you can see it all from that. Not sure what the meat locker's for. I guess whenever it's hunting season that I'll walk over here and see. Oh, absolutely no animal parts or remains in trash cans. That's good. But I'm gonna walk this way since we don't need to see the bathroom. Like I said, it's a little bit windy out today. This is the residential area that way. They got 2 houses here. I was thinking there was only 19 sites, but I'll have to go pull the paper out. It's in the truck. I'll walk down to the area that we drove in from. Such a beautiful view that you have. Like we have the front and the back of our RV. We have a great view. There's the mountains. There's all kinds of different things going on. People got cars, campers, you name it on their pieces of property. It almost seems like sometimes whenever stuff wears out, they just leave it. It's got great views overall. When I get up to the truck here, I'll get the layout of the park. To listen to his mouth all the time. Just barks to bark. But there's the view. Another beautiful view. All right, so let me grab that paper and hopefully it's still sitting on the console. San Luis Valley Campground. Yes, check-in is noon, check-out is 11:30. Dogs need to remain on the leash, which they don't follow the rules on that. I've had at least 4 dogs walk up to me. Looks like the shower house is open 24/7. That's really nice. Therefore, you can do laundry later also. There's stuff that you don't. Please leave hoses at sites. The watering the trees alone. Clean up after your pets. So here's the park. Yep, I was right. Looks like 19 sites. So that's it for San Luis Valley Campground, Villa Grove, Colorado.
Howdy. We're heading out. It's a nice day today. It's cool, very cool. And
55.
yeah. We moved to our new site. We moved all the way. I mean, we had to set our
far.
mileage on our vehicle, so we got to track that. And we moved one site over. We're supposed to move 2 sites over, but the checkout's at 11. Okay, checkout's at 11. Checkout's at 11. I don't know why people have a problem with time, but checkout's at 11. The people that own the park and the park helper, manager, host, whatever you want to call her, she had told us, hey, you're going to have to move from your site that you're at right now. You're going to have to move over to site, a couple sites down. Those people will be leaving tomorrow. And then those people at about 8 o'clock in the morning decided to unload their off-road vehicle and go driving and exploring and all that stuff. They came back. We had already moved. They had made new arrangements and said that we could go to site 8. That would work. But it's not like any one site's better than the other. It's just,
We were waiting all morning to...
Yeah, we were waiting for them to move because we had to obviously move in, set up completely, and then we had to clear out our truck. So what you can see here, we're got a back seat now. So our son and his girlfriend, we can go pick them up. And we had to clean out the back of the truck. The only thing back there is the totes are in the front, and then the 2 bikes. That way, I mean, just to be honest with you, we're not rich, we're not wealthy, by no means. You guys watching the channel help out. I mean, it's everything. All you guys all the purchases you make on Amazon using our link, I mean that helps. You guys have no idea. It reminds me of my sister, and this is why I tip pretty big when we go to restaurants. And I seen what it was like for my sister when she was a waitress in high school to come home and take her apron off with all her tips for the day, and it was a make or break, like for her car payment, gas, for her to have extra money for clothes and stuff like that. So I want you guys to realize that it's the same with us. Whenever Amazon is doing really well for us, which it's fair, but when you're watching our channel, you're engaging, you're watching the ads, which I click through ads, so I don't know how that actually works. But everything that you guys do, our Patreons, or patrons, I should say, on Patreon, it all helps. It all helps considerably. Well, we're not greedy. We try to turn whatever revenue that's coming in into something that you can quantify on video. As far as us traveling, and moving around to different spots, and me getting ranty about stuff, but we feel blessed to some extent. So
Very much.
our son, he's doing his own thing. So is his girlfriend. They're starting off. They're starting off together. They're in a second story. What is it?
Above a garage.
It's above a garage, but it's a I don't know what it's like, a studio, like a studio apartment.
Efficiency.
And they said it's real hot up there. They don't have an air conditioner. They don't have a TV. And we're doing okay. And we're saving money while we're on the road. We're spending money, but we're also saving it when we can. We're gonna go take them out shopping and maybe get them some stuff that they need, because they seem to be good kids. We'll see. We're out of here though. Let me show you our view. Whole time I'm talking, I should have been showing you out there. Man, is that nice. So here again, getting into the ranting part of things. We're at a campground. We made a reservation. I like it. I like the way that it looks. I like the area. And I don't care if the campers are relatively close. I mean, you can see the spot right there. We have trees, a lot of nature. We're allowed to have a fire. They give us a fire ring and a picnic table. It's 50 amp hookup.
They sell firewood and ice.
The water that comes out of the spigot is some of the best water that we've had since we've hit the road. Yeah. And I'm talking about, we don't have our triple filter system, and we don't have a softener on there. We just have the dirt guard and the regular old filter.
Yeah, the water's good.
The water's good here, and it's because they have a huge aquifer, and it's quartz, and there's all kinds of reasons. But yeah, just let you guys know that if you want to go camping, there's places to go. It's not bad. And we've been huffing. This is how I've been surviving. It works. Fresh oxygen.
We're self-medicating because the ER wouldn't
give us a CPAP.
Or they wouldn't actually even suggest anything.
No.
That matter.
They're saying, yeah, you should get a CPAP. You should get a sleep study. Oh, I'm sorry, we can't order that. We can't get that done right now. So it's the VA. I mean, they've got their rules. So
he's not complaining about.
Yeah, I'm not complaining. The VA's good. They do a good job with this with me. But
it's
yeah,
just a waiting game. That's all. Yeah. Like any other test.
We would still be in that altitude. The other thing is, there's definitely the air here is so much cleaner than Albuquerque, than Sholo, than Yuma, than Van Horn. The air here, even though it's thin, it's just like clean. It's really clean. You can just tell even though the air's really thin out here, if I'm outside and I take a couple of really big breaths, I'm getting in some oxygen. Also, it has to do with the fact that the air is so cool that it's, as I mentioned, compacted. It's easier to put more in me than it being hot. So, all right, we got to get going. We got to go pick them up.
I keep on my seatbelt on. I got to get rid of this trash. So
yeah.
Turn that off.
Yeah. Heading to our son's place, an undisclosed location.
Yeah.
And look at his view. Yeah, he lives real close. We still have 6 miles to go before we turn into, 6 miles total, but it's all basically towards the mountains the whole time. He lives at the foothills of the mountains. I don't know. I I guess it's just too far out for me. I think that pretty much everybody in the neighborhood has a mountain view.
Yeah.
How could they not? Wait a minute. Their houses are up in the hills?
Wow.
Holy cow, that I didn't know. I didn't know he lived up in the hills. I thought they lived in this flat area.
So anyway,
Yeah, we're going to close it off. We will pick this up a little later, and who knows what we'll be into at that point.
so we arrived in Salida, or Salida. I never say the cities that we're in. We're going to the thrift horse. Maybe we'll find something to eat. But we're out with our son and his girlfriend, and I'll pick it up if we find anything exciting. Looks like it's a very nice day.
So we left our son and his girlfriend's place. It's kind of cool that we get to spend time with them. Got to help them populate their apartment a little bit more. So headed back to the RV park, hopefully to get another good night's sleep. We had a good day out, and we got to enjoy the time with our son and his girlfriend. So back at the campground, we don't have anything planned, and the whole reason we're here is to visit our son, because who knows when we're going to get to see him next, because we definitely don't hang out in this part of the country. And the sad part,
Plans on staying here. So
yeah, he plans. They have a lease for a while, so they're going to be here for a while. We'll close the video out for the day and
pick it up tomorrow.
See what's happening.